Tonight's Hannah's Hero is a man who has spent 4 decades going where most of us could never imagine, beneath the surface of dark, dangerous waters, searching for answers and giving families closure.
70-year-old Dale Hammon is an underwater criminal investigator, one of only about 100 in the country, and he's made it his life's calling. Hannah Hayes has his story.
When catastrophic flooding hit Kerrville, Texas earlier this year, search and rescue crews poured in from across the country. Among more than 1,200 responders, one man was chosen to lead, a 70-year-old diver from the Ohio Valley who has spent 4 decades searching the darkest waters to bring light to grieving families.
We recovered everybody but 2. One little girl and 1 camp counselor, the only 2 that wasn't found. When we got to Kerrville, that had to be the worst disaster I've ever seen in my life.
Hammon was placed in charge of search and recovery.
So I was primarily in charge of all the divers and the boats that are in the water and the 2 helicopters. So I assigned 3 divers per boat, and we had the whole shore was lined with boats.
For Dale, it wasn't just another call.
And that was actually the greatest event in my life. That was the epitome of my entire career, all wrapped up in one big search and recovery thing.
But his journey to that moment began long before Kerrville. Back in 1984, inspired by the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau, Dale slipped beneath the water as a recreational diver. 4 months later, he was training in body recovery.
Within probably 4 or 5 months, because I went into my advanced, and then I went into search and recovery, I went into rescue diver. I just fell in love with the sport, and I decided this is for me, this is where I'm going.
Since then, Hammon has recovered an estimated 1,200 bodies, including about 20 here in the Ohio Valley. The cases range from accidents to homicides, but they all require the same grit.
We're considered black water divers because we're used to diving in 0 visibility. And if we're out on a dive and we got anywhere from 2 to 5 feet in front of us, that's amazing, because it never happens.
The dangers are constant. Heavy gear, poor visibility, and the emotional weight of what he finds underwater.
I've actually come up face to face with people and my head run into theirs. Their eyes are missing, their lips are missing, their nose is missing from the fish and turtles chewing stuff off. That's a sight to see when you just bump into it. I stay focused on what I'm doing, my task at hand. I don't let my emotions get involved in this. If you're an emotional person, this isn't your job.
His faith keeps him steady.
We pray every time before we get in the water.
Dale follows many of his cases beyond the recovery, even showing up to funerals to pay his respects. And when no family remains, he provides that closure himself.
So we purchase a headstone for him, and we will have a little memorial service for him. And I don't even know these people, but it's just to give that person closure.
His friend Tony says it's who he's always been.
He's just a wonderful person, and he's always ready to give. He's all ready to help people with whatever it is that they're needing help with. Dale was always one stepping up. He's always one saying, you know, hey, how do I need to help?
From Hurricane Katrina to the floodwaters of Texas, Dale has seen the worst of disasters.
That is a whole different ballgame down there. When you see that much water, that many buildings, it's just, down there they got alligators, they have water moccasins, they got all kinds of stuff you have to contend with down there. We look into houses that are still flooded. Sometimes people will drown in their houses. There's people that were in wheelchairs that couldn't escape and it came too fast. They didn't want to leave their homes.
He admits some memories never leave.
I don't normally like to talk about some of the things that I went on, because to mention it, then I got to relive it, and then I start thinking about it, and then I'll start dreaming about it. And so I don't bring a lot of them up, but I mean, that's what you contend with.
But still, he returns, time and time again, to serve, to recover, and to give families peace.
This type of stuff is all out of pocket. We're self-funded. Every disaster we go to, we pay for it ourselves. This is my calling in life. This is my way to contribute to help other people.
At 70 years old, Dale Hammon continues to dive where few others can, turning tragedy into closure and heartbreak into healing. From Hurricane Katrina to flooding in Kerrville, it's been a lifetime beneath the water, but a legacy built above it. And that's why he's this week's Hannah's Hero. Reporting for Hannah's Heroes, I'm Hannah Hayes.
Hi, I'm Jamie Baker. Thanks for watching. Here's another video for you to watch, and please be sure to subscribe to our channel.